Rain hammered against the cracked pavement as Amara sprinted through the narrow Seoul alley, her breath tearing out of her chest like broken glass. She didn't dare look behind her, she already knew he was coming. Her legs trembled, her hands shook violently, but she forced herself forward. The slap across her face still burned. The echo of Junho's voice still vibrated in her skull. "Amara, you think you can run from me?" His shout was close, too close. A car screeched as she stumbled across the street. Horns blared. Someone cursed at her. She didn't stop. She didn't even blink. She just ran. Her shoes slipped on wet concrete as she darted around a corner, nearly colliding with a group of office workers. One woman yelped. Someone reached out to steady her, but Amara tore herself away and kept running. Her face was streaked with tears and rain. Her throat felt like it was closing. When she spotted the tall government building ahead, bright lights, heavy doors, crowds milling in and out, she bolted toward it like a lifeline. She shoved past a confused security guard, ignoring his call. Inside, the building buzzed with noise. Couples dressed in wedding attire, lawyers holding paperwork, clerks rushing around. She ducked behind a pillar, heart thundering, and tried to catch her breath. Her vision blurred. Her entire body felt like it was vibrating. Footsteps stormed outside. Junho's voice bounced off the walls, muffled but furious. She sunk lower, clutching her throbbing ribs. If he caught her, she wouldn't make it out alive. She knew that now. The last beating made that clear. A woman in a blue uniform suddenly appeared in front of her. "You're late. We need you now." Document signing first. Quick, quick. Before Amara could react, the woman shoved a clipboard into her hands. What? Amara stuttered, looking around wildly. "No time. Groom is already here. Sign here. Full name, signature, date." The clerk pointed impatiently. Amara froze. Her eyes darted toward the entrance. She imagined Junho's shadow entering at any moment. She imagined his hand dragging her away. She imagined the end. Her hand moved before her brain could stop it. She scribbled her name. The clerk snatched the papers and rushed off. "Wait, this isn't, I'm not," Amara whispered, but the clerk was already gone. A tall man in a sleek black suit stood near a row of chairs, checking his watch with a cold, bored expression. His jaw was sharp, his posture military straight, his presence heavy like authority itself. He glanced up at her with the kind of gaze that sliced straight through a person. So this was the groom. He studied her, eyebrows faintly narrowing. "They sent someone new," he muttered. "Typical." Amara blinked. "No, this is a mistake." "Follow me," he said simply, not waiting for an answer. She hesitated, backing up toward the wall. "Sir, I think—" "You're the stand-in bride my legal team arranged," he said, his voice low, firm, and absolutely certain. "If they changed the plan without telling you, that's not my problem. We're already behind schedule." "I'm not. I didn't agree to." "Do you want the payment transferred now or later?" he asked, already turning away. "Payment?" Her breath hitched. She didn't know what this ceremony was, or why he needed a stand-in, but she knew one thing. Outside those doors was death. Inside this building was at least safety. Just for a moment. Her legs moved on their own. She followed him. The clerk rushed back. "Great. You two will be processed together. Come this way." "Processed? Processed for what?" She opened her mouth, but her voice died when a new shout erupted outside. "Amara!" Her blood went cold. The clerk ushered them quickly into a small room. A government officer looked up and sighed like she'd been waiting for them for hours. "Finally. Sit." Amara's ears filled with static. Her heartbeat drowned out every sound. The officer droned on about documents, signatures, legal confirmations. Pens were pushed toward them. Forms were slid across the table. The man signed without hesitation. The officer turned to Amara. "Ma'am?" Her hand trembled. She didn't understand what she was doing. She had no idea why she was sitting here. She just knew that if she stood up and walked back outside, she might never walk again. Her fingers closed around the pen. She signed. A stamp slammed down on the papers. "Congratulations," the officer said, monotone. You're now legally married. The words hit her like a physical blow. A ringing filled her ears. Her vision flickered. The world tilted. The officer's face blurred. The CO's voice sounded far away, like underwater. Are you all right? Everything went black. She collapsed. Strong arms caught her before her head hit the floor. She felt herself being lifted, firmly, steadily, carefully. She tried to open her eyes, but darkness swallowed her whole. The man carrying her spoke sharply to someone. Call the driver. We're leaving. The world faded out. When she woke again, she was staring at a ceiling so white and sleek it looked unreal. Soft, expensive sheets were wrapped around her. A warm scent, cedar and something clean, filled the air. She jerked upright instantly. Easy, a deep voice said. The CO sat in a chair at the edge of the room, arms crossed, eyes fixed on her like he was trying to solve a mystery. She scrambled back against the headboard. Where am I? My penthouse. His tone was calm, almost too calm. You fainted at the courthouse. Her heart hammered. Why did you bring me here? Why didn't you leave me? You signed a legally binding marriage certificate with me, he said plainly. Leaving my wife unconscious in a government office didn't seem appropriate. Wife. The word hit her like ice water. This is a mistake, she whispered. I didn't mean to, I didn't know. His eyes narrowed slightly. Not with anger, but focus. Then why were you there? You had no reason to sign anything unless... She hugged herself tightly, unable to speak. He leaned forward. Who were you running from? She flinched. He noticed. His tone shifted. Softer but still firm. I saw the bruises on your arms. She looked away, tears burning her eyes. It's nothing. That's a lie. Silence. He stood and walked to the window, looking out at the city lights before turning back to her. I'm Kang Min-jae, he said. CEO of KMJ Holdings. Her breath caught. She'd heard that name. Everyone in Korea had. He was wealthy, powerful, untouchable. Why did you need a stand-in bride? She finally asked. He exhaled slowly. My grandmother is dying. Her final wish was to see me married. My legal team arranged a temporary solution so she could pass peacefully. Temporary. A fake marriage. She felt a sting of relief, followed by dread. Because now she was stuck in it. I'll undo the paperwork, she said quickly. Please. Just let me go. I don't want anything from you. And go where? He asked quietly. Back to the man who gave you those bruises? Her breath stopped. He already knew. Tears welled in her eyes before she could stop them. Please. I'll leave Korea. I'll disappear. Just let me go. The CO studied her for a long moment. Then he spoke in a calm, steady voice. You're not leaving this penthouse tonight. Or tomorrow. Her heart dropped. Please. I can't be trapped again. I can't. You're not trapped. His voice softened. You're safe. Her lips trembled. She didn't trust safety. Safety always broke. Min-jae sighed quietly and walked to the door. Get some rest. We'll talk tomorrow. He stepped out, closing the door gently behind him. The moment he left, Amara covered her face and broke down, silent sobs shaking her entire body. Safe or not? She had no idea what she'd just stepped into. Amara didn't sleep. Every sound in the unfamiliar penthouse made her jolt. Each shadow felt like danger. Every memory of Junho's rage clawed at her mind. When dawn finally broke, she sat curled on the bed, eyes swollen from crying. A soft knock sounded. She froze. It's me, Min-jae said from outside. His voice held no threat. Just that calm, unreadable tone. She hesitated, then whispered, You can come in. He stepped inside holding a tray, porridge, tea, fruit. He set it down gently as if trying not to startle her. Eat something. I'm not hungry, she murmured. That wasn't a request. She stiffened instinctively. He noticed and backed up a step. Not because I control you. Because you need strength. That's all. His words were gentle, but her body still reacted with old fear. He sighed slightly, leaning against the dresser. I made some calls, he said. Divorce would take months because of the paperwork backlog, and it would trigger legal investigations that could expose you to your abuser. Her stomach twisted. What do you want from me? Nothing, he answered. But I'm not letting you walk out into danger again. She looked at him, exhausted. You don't even know me. I know you were crying in your sleep, he said quietly. That's enough. She swallowed hard. You shouldn't get involved in my mess. That decision was made when you signed that paper, he replied. And when you fainted into my arms. His voice wasn't cold anymore. There was something else beneath it, something protective. Days passed slowly. Amara remained tense, avoiding unnecessary conversation. But Min-jae never yelled. Never grabbed her. Never raised a hand. He moved quietly, always announcing his presence so he wouldn't startle her. He gave her space. She wasn't used to space. One evening she stepped out onto the balcony for fresh air, wrapping her arms around herself. The city lights glittered beneath her. It felt both beautiful and terrifying. You shouldn't stand alone out here. She jumped. Min-jae had approached silently. Sorry, he said quickly. Didn't mean to scare you. She exhaled shakily. Just needed a moment. He nodded and leaned on the railing beside her, but left enough distance that she didn't feel trapped. You still haven't told me his name, he said. Her chest tightened. I don't speak his name. Fair. He paused. But you should know, someone's been watching the building. Her heart lurched. What? One of my security guards spotted a man matching your description of him. Her knees buckled slightly. Min-jae caught her elbow, then instantly released it when she flinched. Sorry. She shook her head, trembling. He found me. Not for long, Min-jae said, voice turning cold, not at her, but for her. I've increased security. You won't go anywhere without protection. I don't want to be a burden. You're not. Their eyes met. Something unspoken passed between them. But safety didn't last. 2 nights later, the elevator doors opened and chaos erupted. Min-jae's security guard stumbled into the penthouse, shouting, Sir! Intruder on lower floors. He's trying to get up. Amara's blood froze. No. No. Min-jae grabbed her wrist, but gently. Stay behind me. He has a knife, another guard shouted from the hallway. The lights flickered as the building went into partial lockdown. Amara's breathing shattered. He's going to kill me. He'll have to kill me first, Min-jae said. The words stunned her. Not because he sounded heroic, but because he sounded dead serious. The alarms blared. The elevator screeched and stopped on the next floor down. Heavy footsteps stomped upward. A familiar voice echoed through the stairwell. Amara, come out. Her knees gave out. Min-jae grabbed her shoulders, grounding her. Look at me. She forced her eyes up to his. I won't let him touch you, he said. Do you believe me? She didn't know why, but she nodded. The next moments happened fast, too fast. The intruder burst onto the penthouse floor, knife raised. Security tackled him instantly, but he broke free with wild strength and charged. He charged straight at Amara. She screamed and stumbled back. Min-jae stepped in front of her, blocking the attack fully. The knife swiped across his arm. Blood spattered. "Enyi," she cried. Security swarmed again, finally restraining the attacker. Sirens wailed outside. Police stormed the building. The intruder shrieked Amara's name repeatedly as he was dragged away. She stood shaking violently, staring at Min-jae's bleeding arm. "You're hurt," she whispered. "It's nothing," he said through clenched teeth. She grabbed his hand, tears spilling. "You protected me." He looked at her quietly. "Of course I did." For the first time since they'd met, something inside her softened. Something dangerous. Something warm. At the hospital, the doctor stitched Min-jae's arm while Amara sat beside him, refusing to leave. He kept glancing at her, confused by her sudden closeness, but not pushing her away. "You didn't have to get hurt because of me," she whispered. "I didn't get hurt because of you," he replied. "I got hurt protecting what's mine." Her breath caught. "I don't belong to anyone," she whispered. I know. His eyes softened. I'm not claiming you. I'm just learning to care. Silence stretched between them, gentle, warm, terrifying. Over the next week, Amara found herself watching him more. Not with fear, but with curiosity. He made her tea when she woke from nightmares. He talked her through panic attacks with steady patience. He gave her quiet smiles when she passed him in the hallway. And sometimes, she caught him looking at her like she was something fragile he didn't want to break. One night as they ate dinner in the soft glow of the chandelier, Min-jae cleared his throat. I met with my legal team today. Her fork paused. Oh. They said we can file for divorce this month, he continued quietly. Her chest tightened unexpectedly. Oh, she said again, softer this time. He watched her carefully. Do you want that? She stared at her food, unable to speak. She should have said yes. She should have leaped at the chance. I don't know, she whispered. He reached across the table slowly, giving her time to pull away. She didn't. His fingertips brushed hers lightly, like a question. You don't have to decide yet, he said. Her voice trembled. Why are you being so kind to me? He exhaled softly. Because someone hurt you. And because I don't ever want to be someone who adds to your pain. Her eyes burned. She whispered, You already saved my life. Then stay, he murmured. Not because of the law. Not because of fear. Just stay with me. Her heart pounded painfully. Min-jae. He shook his head gently. You don't have to say anything tonight. But she did say something. She stood, walked to his side of the table, knelt beside his chair, and wrapped her arms around him. Not out of fear, but gratitude, relief, safety. He froze, then hugged her back carefully, like she was made of glass. The next morning, police notified Min-jae that the intruder, Junho, had been transferred to a higher security facility. He wouldn't be getting out anytime soon. That night, Amara sat with Min-jae on the balcony. The city lights danced below. She took a deep breath and said, I want to stay. He turned his head slowly. With me. With you, she whispered. He swallowed. As my wife. She nodded. Emotion flickered across his face, something raw and unguarded. Then let's make it real, he said softly. Months later, she walked down an aisle, not running, not hiding, not trembling. She walked with her head high, her heart steady, her eyes locked on Min-jae, who looked at her like she was finally home. He took her hands. She whispered, Thank you for saving me. He replied, You saved me first. And when they kissed, the entire world seemed to breathe with them. If you enjoyed this story, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and comment your favorite moment below. Your support keeps these stories coming.